It's time to get moving, and we're going to focus on the 3 challenges that we've worked on over the past 3 months, 4 months. The squat, our balance, and our press. So we've done this little routine before that we'll work on, but again, just bearing in mind all of the work that we've done on those 3 functional movements. And really, the idea is to keep the breath controlled, so no struggling. We'll adapt it for different levels. You should feel pretty comfortable with what we're doing. It can be a little bit challenging, but it should be pretty comfortable. Let's start off, as always, with getting our body warmed up. Just move the mat. I had a leak here last night because we had a big thunderstorm, so there's still a bit of wet on the floor there. So we'll start off with rotation. So feet shoulder width apart, little bit of bend in the knees, tall through the spine. Just easy rotation, getting the spine mobilized, energized, looking in the direction that you're rotating. Just letting the arms swing, elbows just bend naturally. And we're tapping across the front of the body, and we're tapping the back hand across the back of the body. Our breath is easy, just natural, just in and out through the nose. Shoulders relaxed, upper back relaxed. Slow it down. Slow it down. Just take a moment to balance. Feet about hip width. Tall through the spine, shoulders relaxed. The head just balanced on top of the spine. Maybe give a little nod. Just lengthen up the back of the neck, lifting through the crown. Breath is just easy in and out through the nose. Step back out. Back into the rotation, this time with that little push. So you're pushing through and you're just peeling the heel of the same side that you're pushing off the ground. So you're just subtly shifting the weight side to side, and you're rotating, pushing. Feel that nice, good stretch through the back. Thing to watch out for with this is that you don't start leaning and overreaching. So I'm leaning and overreaching. So if you keep tall through the spine, it's like exactly the same as this one, but just adding that little bit of a push. So you're just stretching the fingers, straightening the arm. Again, because we're not using lots of effort in this, the breath can just be easy in and out through the nose. Let's do one more each side, and then just come to standing again. Knees bent a little bit more. We're still shoulder width apart. Let's do our spinal cord mobilization. So we're tucking the pelvis. No, we're arching the back, tucking the pelvis. And here we can coordinate the breath, but again, the breath is just natural. I'm not pulling any breath in. I'm just breathing out naturally as I curl up into a little ball, and then breathing in as I extend and open up. Don't need to hear the breath. As Yvonne just mentioned in our little Zoom chat prior to this, is just let the breath pour into the body. Just allow it to happen. And you go at your own comfortable pace. Let's do 2 more. And then rest there. Again, just take a moment just to balance. See how that feels, that lightness in the spine. Step back out. Let's do our lateral flow. So it's imagine that you're skiing or ice skating or rollerblading. We're shifting side to side. On this one, watch that you're not dropping the pelvis. So you wouldn't ice skate, or hopefully ice skate like that, or rollerblade like that. So you're just shifting. So the pelvis is pretty level, pretty horizontal with the ground. And then you can just let that upper body flow side to side. So the work is coming from the hips and the legs, and then the back, the lower back, the spine is just waving and following the drive from the hips and the legs. The shoulders are relaxed. Just let the neck relax as well. Get some nice creaks and crunches. Some mornings more than others. And then slow it down. Step back in. Let's do a little bit of work on the feet. So walking on the heels. If you've got any pain, obviously you just stop. So if there's any sharp pain, anything hurts, then you just stop. Breathing should be easy. Remember, if you feel pain, the breath will change. So if you're breathing easy, you're not feeling pain, this is great. Just walking on the heels, really flexing the toes up, bringing the feet towards the shins. Give you a nice stretch through the shins, a nice stretch through the calves. As always, always lift and lengthen through the spine. And then a little shake in the ankles. And on the toes, when I say toes, think of the ball of the foot. So we're not doing ballet when we're trying to balance on the toes. Balance on that nice, big, solid connection to the ground through the ball of the big toe, just behind the ball of the big toe, towards the first metatarsal, in that point there. So in qigong, the bubbling spring. So really get those big toes now flexing, so stretching as much as you can. Again, remember, we're not forcing anything. So just nice and easy. See if you can get a little bit of almost like absorption, like a little bit of bounce. We're not jumping and bouncing, but just sort of like feel that little bit of a spring system through the underneath of the foot, through the fascia, through the calf, through the Achilles. Breathing easy. And then take a rest. Shake out again if you need to shake your legs. Let's go on the side of the foot. So again, if you've got any pain in your ankle, if your ankles feel unsteady, then just take this easy. But it's good to get the ankles mobile, the feet mobile, waking up, activating. And then shake out. And inside. Always looks funny doing this one. Not that it doesn't look funny doing the other ones, but this one really, really nice because it gets that internal rotation here of the hips, the knee. And see if you notice any difference on the soles of the feet. One may feel a little bit more absorbing than the other. One might feel a little bit tighter. Maybe they feel exactly the same. And then just have a little walk around now, just normally walk side to side, forwards and backwards, backwards. So just feel that nice soft absorption in the feet. I remember working with someone, and it was a really good point he made, is that if you're running and your feet are slapping, slapping is sound and sound is energy, so that's wasted energy. So if you hear your feet slapping when you're running, it's almost like there's just energy being dissipated. So if you have that nice soft landing, then you're using that energy that you were wasting in sort of like the sound and coming back up the body to help you move forward. So it's a good point. Listen to see if maybe one foot slaps more than the other foot. Okay, let's do a little bit of balance, our second to last challenge. So I'll mirror you. We'll stabilize on the left leg. And just to start off with, remember, just peel the heel. So just get that idea of just releasing this hip, knee and ankle. So you know this left side of the body is where you're stable. And then balance evenly both sides. We're about fist width apart here, so we don't need to be too wide on this one. Stabilize right side of the body. Once you're confident that you're stable, you just free up this left leg. And then come back, left side of the body. Now you can stay kickstanding or just peeling the heel, or if you feel comfortable, we can do a balance where you bring up the same arm as leg. So I'm connecting my elbow to knee, palm facing to that side, fingers facing to the sky. This palm goes down to the ground. So I'm in this nice tall posture. If you watch me from the side, I'm not leaning back, I'm not arching, I'm falling. If you watch me from the side, I'm tall through the spine. So we get that balance, tall through the spine there. And then swap sides. So back down onto that side. Use this palm down. It's quite a nice stabilizer rather than just having your hand flopping down there. Palm down to the ground. Elbow, knee connected, lifting up. And then let's go into a slow motion, flow movement, just stepping side to side. Again, breathing easy. As you land, we've got that softness through the foot, a little bit of give in the knee. And then as we balance, we stand tall. So soft, absorb, balance and stand tall. Soft, absorb, strong and balanced. So you can have a little bit of give. Slowly down, so we're not crashing down, so you're in control all the way through the movement. You should almost like be able to stop at any point of the movement. Breathing easy. When you come up to stand tall, I've done it on the wrong side there, make sure you don't lock the knee out. So you go straight leg, but not locking the knee out. So standing nice and tall on a straight leg, but not locked. Let's go for another 2. And then stop and rest there. That looked great on Zoom actually. All the balance challenging paying off there. Looked fantastic. Let's do some hip mobilizers and then we'll go into our squat. So big hip circles in one direction. Remember here again we keep the legs straight but not locked. You get that nice stretch through the hamstrings, keeping them back pretty neutral. So the pelvis just glides back, tailbone lifts. Let's go in the other direction. And then take a rest. Let's go for the wide stance one. So as if you're sitting on a horse, very subtle tuck of the pelvis. So I'm not squeezing my glutes and squeezing the abs, but it's just a subtle tuck of the pelvis, keeping the thighs nice and wide, and then just that little real internal circle. So you're still tilting forwards and back and side to side, but you're just really working the hip joints right inside the leg joints right inside the hip socket. And then other direction. Again, keeping tall through the spine. Watch that we don't start to crunch down. And then walk your feet safely together. Shake out the legs. And we'll just do a little leg swing. So we are working on the stabilizing side to help drive the swing leg. So the swing leg is just nice and free, nice and easy. So we're balancing when we're landing. Use the upper body, use the arms as you need to counterbalance, that's fine. Let's do one more each side. And then shake out. Let's have a good shake as well through the whole body. So if you're comfortable just tapping the heels into the ground, letting the shoulders go, getting some vibration. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the back. You can have a couple of full breaths with a nice sigh out. So you can breathe in through the nose and out. And in and out. Just let go, just release any tightness or tension in the body, in the mind. One more time, full breath in and out. And then slow it down. One of the nice things I've found about taking a fuller breath when you're shaking, we tend to think of a full breath of pulling the shoulders up. But if you're shaking, it's very difficult to then, if you're relaxing the shoulders, it's very difficult to start to use these breathing accessory muscles to pull the breath in. So you can feel the breath coming in fully, but in a very relaxed way. So not like a pulling breath in. Okay, let's go into our tiger. Just start off to a comfortable depth. So don't think about trying to get as deep as possible. All you are doing is lowering your tailbone or lowering your hips towards the floor. So I'm not pushing back, I'm not tilting forwards, I'm just folding and lowering down to the floor. And we start off with that nice, smooth, fluid movement. So when we did the challenge, we did the slowest squat or the slowest tiger. Now just get into the flow of nice, easy, relaxed. And another really good point that was made by Gillian in our pre-chat on Zoom was about breathing with movement. So do I breathe out with an effort? So I would say depending on what you're doing, then in general that works. But the idea here is that it's pretty easy. So I don't have to think, oh, I'm breathing out as I come up. I should be able to breathe in and out just naturally. If we were then adding weights or something where we did need an effort to come up, then you would use the breath to help with that. But the whole idea, and the bit that is often missing in a lot of fitness training, is just let the breath be easy. And if the breath becomes difficult or you lose control of the breath, then you've most probably done a little bit too much with the movement for this particular practice. So if I start getting out of breath now and this is really hard work, I just stop or go a little bit lower, go a little bit higher with the movement. A good quote to think about is the first signs of any neuromuscular overload, i.e. if your mind's stressed or if your body's overstressed, your mind's overstressed or your body's overstressed, the first place you see that is, guess where? In the breath. So if you've been attacked by a lion, the breath will change. And that fear response is natural and normal. You want that because that's what keeps us alive. But what we're training here is we're relaxed, we're comfortable. Yeah, I'm doing a very, very powerful, strong movement. This is building my strength, it's building my resilience, but I can breathe easy as I'm doing this movement. And I'm getting very warm now. We've been going on this one for about 3 hours. Shall we change it up? Let's have a little break. I'm going to open the door as the rain starts. So again, if you're just going to a comfortable depth, it doesn't have to be hard work. So next one, I'll show you from the side. We did this last week and we've done this a few times before. but we're bringing the press into it. So this is, if we're going down to the ground, I'll show you the variations after this one. So we go down. I'm going to place my right hand on the ground. I'm in between my knees, and then I'm going to rock forwards on my right hand, rock forwards on my left hand, just shift the weight forwards, and then I'm going to push back onto my heels. I'm in a nice deep squat, and then I'm going to push up and come out of that squat. You can use a platform if this is better for you, a safe platform. This isn't an ideal platform, but you're coming down. So say you get to here, you can rock onto that. Notice I'm coming off my heels, I'm just rocking forwards, and then I'm pushing back onto my heels. I'm here, and then I come back up. Or you can use a wall. So you can come down to here. So you've done the practice, you've got down to there, you've got that nice position there, and then you just rock forwards onto the toes. You can reach up a little bit, push back, and then come up to standing. So wherever you are at the minute, in terms of strength, in terms of mobility, you can adapt this in any way that you want. So I'll run this through going to the ground, but you go at whatever level you want to. So we'll start off with the right hand. So coming down, and then go right, left. Shift your weight over the arms there, so you're strengthening the upper body. Push back, be in a comfortable position here to be able to stand up, pushing through the legs. Notice there, if you built the strength, you don't need to use the breath. I'm just breathing easy. And then I'm going left hand, weight on the left, weight on the right, push back into that squat position. I'm in a safe position here. I can push through my heels. I can come up to standing. Let's go again. So go right. So right hand is coming down. You're using a visual. You're checking where you are. Landing. Left hand, rock forwards. Push back onto the heels. Really strong through the heels. Come up to standing. Let's go left hand. Right hand. Rock forwards. Push back. Heels. Come up to standing. So I know we finished the push challenge, but what I would suggest you do is every morning now you haven't got a push challenge to do, is just to do that squat and press challenge. If you want to post it in the Facebook group, that's fine. It's not an official challenge, but I'd like to see some of you doing that if you want to do that. Let's just finish off now, nice and tall. Relax the shoulders. Big arm circles. And let's coordinate the breath. So you're breathing in. You can look up. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Bringing the hands together. Placing the hands just below the navel, below the belly button. Bringing your feet together. If it's comfortable for you, just closing your eyes. And allowing the body just to move as it feels you want to. You're not controlling anything. You're not trying to stand in any particular way, just allowing the body to unwind. And the breath to center. Just anchor the breath down at this center point, just below the belly button. It's bamboo in the wind. And remember, smiling is permitted. So just that gentle lift of the eyebrows, that inner smile just releases any tightness and tension in the face. That translates down into the body. It tells the body it's relaxed, it's safe. And then when you're ready, just open your eyes. If you had your eyes closed, step out to a comfy standing position. Have another little stretch if you need a stretch or a pandiculate. And we will finish there. Brilliant. Great work. Play around with that squat and crawl, and then next week we'll add an extra step in and we'll go for a bit more of a press with that, which we've done a while back, but again, just with the work that we've been doing, see if you notice the difference and how you've progressed since we did that quite a while back actually. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for your time and attention. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend too. And I will see you all next Tuesday, hopefully, for breathwork. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, yes. Yeah, is it going to rain? I think it's going to rain, isn't it? We'll be all right.